16 cents today.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
So yeah, did you need a receipt?
No, thank you.
Did you want a drink carrier at all?
No, but I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you.
Hey guys.
Howdy.
Welcome, welcome. Oh. I'm admitting people, guys. Give me a minute. I got Dan in the office. I offered to get us some lunch, so thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm just walking right up to my office here. Got a good group coming in. We're gonna give it one more minute just so I can admit everybody just the same. And then Joe, if you're hitting numbers, I'll be right in front of the screen by the time we're through.
Yep.
It's dominant.
Just let a few more people in.
Yeah. So we go one more minute because we got them popping in.
Steve, you wrote an app.
I know, that was awesome. Good job, Devo.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Hey guys, if you're not hosting, please mute out as you come in.
Oh my Caillou. Ma.
Caillou. I love Caillou. Is Bentley watching Caillou? Actually, he's annoying, but that's why I love Caillou. He's always whining about something. Okay, there's Maria. Eric.
Santiago.
All right, we should be good, Joe. We got Maria in here now.
He's looking at inside the jet bridge at all times.
Guys, mute out, please. That was Eric at the airport. I got him.
Oh, flying your way today, huh?
That's right. Eric's landing in Phoenix. We're going to do some in-person. Pretty exciting. I think we got a full house, Joe. Unless you guys have a few coming in.
Well, we'll get started because it's 4:03. So welcome everybody. We got the Newbauer organization with the Martinez and Miller Agency as well. One big, huge organization, the fastest growing in Symmetry. I think if we keep saying it's going to happen even faster. We got the last week of August here, guys. So we're just putting in our last week numbers for our organizations. Last week we had as a whole hierarchy with Newbauer, Mr. New, by the way, little golf clap for our new agency director, Mr. Mark Newbauer.
Thank you.
Whole hierarchy, we had $28,602 in premium with 36 applications. Super awesome. We had the Newbauer base shop, right? That's outside of the Martinez and Miller organization, coming in at $4,832 with 3 applications. Then we had the Martinez agency at $11,071 with 17 applications. That's awesome. And then we had the winner of the week, the Miller organization, hard to beat, $12,697 with 16 applications. I see you guys. I see y'all. We're coming for y'all next week. This week, we started coming in hot. I like it.
I think that's 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. You're making up for July. I like it. And then top producers, right? We're going to just call out our 5 top producers for last week. We had Angelina with 2,401 application. We had Dominic Austin with 2,419, just beat her by $5 or $6 with 2 applications. Good job, Dominic. And then we had Mr. Brian Howe at 5,361 with 4 applications. Then we had myself with 6,200 with 11 applications. And Mr. Jeff Miller beat me again with $6,404 and 9 applications. So hats off to everybody on there, right? New agents that are on the call. What does that mean in premium, right? What do these numbers mean? Right, so we get Mr. Jeff Miller at 400. You can just about cut that premium in half, right? And that's what we're depositing into our bank accounts as long as that goes issued, right? So super cool to make $3 grand in a month, in a week. Cool part is we get a shot to do it this week again, right? So shout outs to them. Then we have the big number, right? What I like to pride our organization on, which is building, right? There's a reason why we're exploding at the rate we are, guys, and it's because all of us are going out there to build together as a team, right? So we had James Martinez with 1 recruit last week. We had myself with 2 recruits. We had Mr. Jeff Miller with 2 recruits. And then we had the rock star of the show, Mr. Brian Howe, with 4 recruits last week. The man said it himself. He said, I'm going to change on some production. I'm not going to write 60 grand. I'm just going to write 30. And I'm going to just build, right? I'm going to hire 20 people a month. And let me tell you guys, he's right there. I think he's at 12 for the month, right, Maria? So that is awesome. That's a killer number. Where we're at for the month as an organization recruiting wise, right? We got the Newbauer Agency base shop with 2 recruits for the month. We have the Miller then we have Martinez organizations with 9 contracts back for the month. And then we have the Miller organization just crushing it out there with 17 contracts back for the month, right? Y'all want to build an agency, you want to build an organization, and we talk about passive income all the time, right? Symmetry has kind of not changed, but they've really put in their forefront what Symmetry brings to the table, right? What are they best at? And that's bringing an agent to come into the business and creating passive income to get out of the field, right? At their own time, but bringing passive income. The way we do that, guys, is building an organization. We want to help all of y'all build an organization, right? So we'll get into it a little bit later in the call, but reach out to us. We will help you. There's so many different ways to go out there and recruit. And if we're all doing it together, we will all explode together, right? That's always the whole goal. New writers for the week of last week, we had Miss Lisa Oliver, 1 application for 428. So new writers are always the favorite. And then we had Mr. Jeremy Razon with 3 applications for 1,036. So hats off to you, sir. Awesome.
That's you, Jeremy. Jeremy just came in, so.
Very cool, very cool. Jeremy, we just shouted you out for being a new writer for last week. So good job, sir. And that's our numbers, right, guys? What we want to focus on, in the call today, we are at week 4, right? That means it's our last week to get our raises, right? So make sure we know where each one of y'all are at, right, in production and issued, right? So make sure you can get your last numbers in, your last applications. You really want to get them in before Wednesday, right? So that means today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, you want to go out writing any business so you can get it issued before Friday so that you can hit your raises. Anything we can do, guys, to help you write the right business, right? That means usually, I'm going to tell y'all real quick, it's Mutual of Omaha, American Amicable, Foresters issues really quickly too if you write the right business. John Hancock, guys, write those carriers this week before Wednesday, right? Or by Wednesday so that you can have it issued by Friday. Also America, great company to write with. You got anything, Mark? I know you had some stuff for raises and some notes.
Yeah, you pretty much hit the raises. Thank you, Joe, so much. I want to echo, what you said. Joe and I talked yesterday, and 2 of the biggest things we want to really get across on this call is, guys, again, couple days left to really get those policies taken care of and issued. So check your promotional guidelines, check your raises. If you're going for a goal, please keep that stuff in mind and go for it. You've got a couple days to really knock it out of the park. If you're in that beginning stage, you know, 70, 75, 80, there's no reason why you can't go for the whole thing this week. So really, really, really go after those. Counsel up if you need some help. Like Joe said, certain things are going to issue faster than others. So that's important to remember. And, you know, you can get that locked in if you're on month 2 of one of your raises, for instance. Great. We're going into September with those slingshot bonuses. So I'm sure they're going to bring it up over and over again, but you guys know the slingshot bonus is 1 month qual for raises all the way up to the 85 level. So that's super exciting stuff.
Stop.
What's that? Oh, I think someone.
It's just somebody's unmuted.
Yeah. So good stuff, guys. Number 2, obviously, we're not going to let up on this until it's just the day after conference, right? It's time to, you know, really get through your network, go through your book of business, go through your warm network, people you haven't talked to from high school for years and years. Doesn't matter. This is going to be the biggest event of the year, and it's your opportunity to, you know, not feel that pain of regret that Danny Young talked about. I guarantee if you haven't been to conference, once you come back from conference, I don't care if you brought no people or 20 people, or how many do you have, Joe? 40, 140.
45 now.
Yeah, 45 so far. Even Joe's going to come back and say, I wish I would have brought more people, right? Guys, find a friend. I mean, again, it's on the Universal property. It's free VIP upgrades. Conference is actually, you know, a full day of intense training with a really nice meet and greet and chance for association and some training the night before. So go ahead and go through your network, find who you can bring. Don't feel that pain of regret. I guarantee, again, whether you bring 0 or 100, you're going to wish you brought more. Please take my word for that. Steve Devine and I piled in a van our first trip and slept on the floor of a motel. So no excuses. Just the same, some low-hanging fruit. Guys, this is in Orlando. Go through your book and of contacts and find out who you know in Florida. Find out who you've ever talked to before in Florida. Joe Martinez is here because of a realtor who I had in my Gmail contacts who I had never worked with before. She simply was one of my contacts. I sent out a Project 100 one day. Barb England was her name. She's an incredible realtor here in Arizona. This wasn't for her, but in the interim, she hired Joe Martinez. I took over Communique from there. Joe wasn't sure about this for a good 6 months, and now he's one of the best in the country. So do not underestimate your contacts, and going through your network of low-hanging fruit in Florida is maybe a great place to start. Third thing I have, before I turn it over to any of the other leaders here, with conference coming up, I think it's really important for everybody to start planning your schedules for conference week. That can be a tricky animal, right? You may be able to go just really, really hard your first week and feel like you can take off, you know, foot off the gas. If you've got that luxury, great, but this business is all about momentum and consistency. So remember, conference all in all is only 2 days. If you're going to Epcot, it's really 2.5 days, because Wednesday's the meet and greet and registration. So there's a really good window for you to set appointments Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, all day, Monday afternoon. I mean, you're in the privacy of a hotel. If you need some privacy, you're rooming with somebody, come on over to my room. I'll give you the keys and I'll get out of there. We just want you guys to be able to meet your production goals the week of conference, which can be easy to say, hey, I'm going to conference. I'm doing the Symmetry thing. I don't have to write business. But again, if you're just starting out particularly, if you take the foot off the gas for even a week, you're coming back, you know, maybe a couple weeks behind. And I don't say that to scare you. I say that because I care. I know it's fact, and it's something that you want to really structure with your upline. So counsel with your upline, find out what's the best work week for you during conference. And we'll talk about that more as we get closer to conference.
Love it.
Jeff,
Love it.
Brian, you guys got anything?
No, good.
Digging the haircut, Mark. Look, you're looking sharp, baby. You're looking sharp.
Thank you. Guy wouldn't stop. I said, don't take any off the top. It's like telling Subway a little bit of lettuce. They don't care. They'll just pile it on. It'll be back.
Hey,
No,
guys.
I was being genuine, bro. You look good, man. Like, serious.
Thank you, Brian. I was going for yours.
Hey guys, you know, we're 2 weeks away. It's really all about the last production that we can get this last week and or this week for the week of August, right? And week 1 of September. And it's all about setting it up, right? We've been talking about it really the whole month is, right, investing the most you have in leads, right? Dialing the most you ever have these next 2 weeks to get the most production we can going into conference, right? And now that we're so close, really, you know, we talked about it last week, right? It's calling out and calling up the Newbauer Agency, right? Is showing up and showing out in all our huddle up calls, right? Because the people that are writing the most business, guys, are the ones that are the most plugged in, right? Like, you know, and I love using Brian Howe as really an example, right? Because, you know, he's the #1 agent in Symmetry, you know, and he's still the most plugged in out of all of us, right? So it's no secret, right? Are you on the huddle up call, right? Are you video on the huddle up call? Are you taking notes and applying what you're learning, right? That's the secret, guys. There's no, we're not holding something from you, right? Brian Howe doesn't have the special phone script to book appointments. He doesn't have the special PDF file, right, to run an appointment and get more applications than all of us. He just does more of it, right? That's what it is, right? It's just like he just plugged in, right? Every day, trust me, we talk, and there's days he's like, man, no one showed up, right? I got no appointments on the dial session I did, you know, and it's just on to the next, right? And he's relentless in that activity, right? But he's also relentless in his personal growth, right? And some of that personal growth is just being on the huddle up call, right? Because we need that energy. You know, I can't tell you how many times I wake up, right, and I just don't have the energy to say, hey, I want to book my appointments and write these applications or help these agents. It's me plugging in, right, reading my 10 pages in the morning, getting on the huddle up call. And I by the time I'm done with huddle up call, guys, I'm fired up, right? Because I heard, you know, successes from, you know, Brian Howe wrote like 10 applications yesterday. So I get upset because I want 10 applications, right? Jeff Miller hired like another 3 people. Like it fires you up, right? And you got to use it to your advantage, right? A lot of times we look at our struggles and it's really what you say to yourself, right? We're looking at our struggles and we're like, you know, am I doing the right thing? And you start beating yourself up and questioning your work. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, right? It matters what you bring to the table today, right? Are you plugging in and are you getting ready to have a successful day, right? And that's what really matters. The biggest key here, guys, is plugging in, right? Like, are y'all calling us and asking us what's next? I told y'all last week, right? We would be so excited if every single one of y'all called us and said, hey, I'm struggling through appointments. What can I do next? Right? These are the contacts I have. This is the activity I'm putting in, right? Like we want that, right? Put us to work, right? We challenge all of y'all to give us a call today, tomorrow. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what my activity looks like. We are here for y'all, guys. We want y'all plugged in like no tomorrow because that's what's going to bring every single one of us success, right? Like I want Richard Henson to call me. I want an Eric Rush to say, hey, what do I got to do next? Right? A Rob Huey, you know, what appointments am I setting today? Right? I have 5 contacts, you know, a Jeremy calling me and saying, hey, every 5 contacts, this is what I'm getting. Like that's the challenge we bring to y'all, right? Because we want to be able to help y'all. Like we're all in this together, and together we're going to struggle through all of our appointments, right? Like I wrote 11 applications last week. That just means I got no-showed like no tomorrow, right? I think we had like 22 appointments booked, and I think 12 of them didn't show up, right? It wasn't that I said something special. It was that I just took more no's probably than anyone last week. That's all it is, right? And we were dialing like crazy trying to set appointments. That is all, that was a struggle, guys, right? Like that's the biggest, difference with any one of us. And we want y'all to do that with us, right? Like that's why we host these Zoom sessions. And really, I just want to call all of y'all up and out, right? Let's do this together. Like hop on these Zoom sessions, camera on, dialing with us. Like that's what we want, right? We want to be able to, to help you, right? We want you on the huddle up calls, asking questions. There's literally no bad question, guys, because if you have it, everyone else does probably, right? Like that's just what we know. I love to use my sister as an example because she just became a new agent with us, right? And her being in the system, right? Like she's usually the one putting people through our system. We're finding her loss in so many areas, right? As she's coming in as a new agent, like, hey, I didn't even know I had to do this. I didn't know I was waiting for this on contracting, right? I didn't know this. And this is someone that usually probably hired about half of y'all, right? And it just shows the hole in our game, right? And we're open and willing to help every single one of you, right? So the first thing I had to teach my sister, right, is I don't know where you're at unless you tell me what you need, right? Like we need y'all to call us out and say, hey, I have leads and I've dialed, what do I do next, right? Or, hey, I haven't bought leads. What's the next step? Like, don't wait for us, guys. Like this is a self-propelled business, right? And you got to fire yourself up. Like you plug into us, but you're the one that's got to put in the work, right? Usually we have most of the information to y'all, but we want y'all to be calling us every single day. That's the only way we can find out if we can help you book more appointments and help more families. Because that's what it's all about, right? The more families you help, the more your family is going to get rewarded, right? We get those certificates of helping, right? I love it in the book of Choose to Win, right? You get those certificates to help. And that's what we're calling everyone up to, right? Like, let's talk, guys. Like the closer, I love, Mark keeps talking about it every other week, right? It's the weakest link, in the chain is how strong we are, guys. Like plug into us, right? Ask us these questions. We want y'all to be successful. And we just need y'all to call out, right? Like give us a call.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Oh, real quick, I just want to say on that note, with conference coming up more than ever, I know it's tempting I'm talking to people that are either in licensing or just got out of licensing and maybe haven't gotten your first set of leads specifically. It's very tempting to say, you know what, if I'm going to learn so much at conference, I'm going to wait to start till after conference because then I'll really know what I'm doing. Turn that around big time, because it's one of the biggest mistakes you could make. You going into conference, you're going to want to have the context that getting into the field gives you, and it's going to get quite an X factor to what you learn and what you're able to take away from conference. Look, if you're just jumping into licensing, again, it's 10 days or less is optimal results. Get through that licensing. It's about, it's state required, but when it comes down to your life here, it's about the least important things on a list of activities. And you're not getting paid to take a test, right? You're getting paid to help families. So most importantly, guys, do not give into that temptation where you're like, I'm going to go to conference, I'm going to learn a bunch of stuff, and then I'm going to hit the field. No. Get through licensing, kill it, cram it. It's going to fall out of your head the day after the test. Bravo. Everything you need to learn is out there in the field. So let's get you through licensing. Let's get leads in hand, and let's jump onto these dial sessions that leaders generously provide, throughout the day, throughout the week, and get yourself in front of some families. Make a few mistakes, make a few dozen mistakes. And I promise you'll thank me after conference for doing that if you're not already.
Yeah, I love it. Having made dials, having set appointments, and having running them and going through those struggles, when we're in conference and people are talking about, how to get better and all these, if you have already done them, it's a huge, it's just a way better perspective of what you're learning because you're already doing it, right? It's more like oh, I can do that different, or that makes sense now, right? Versus not knowing anything and still getting trained on it, right? I can't, that was great, Mark. I can't emphasize enough on getting out in the field before conference, guys, so that when you're learning more, right, the content is way better for it. I love that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, because really you don't know what you don't know, right? So if you show up to a conference and you've never ran an appointment, it's hard to learn from what to say, what not to say. So yeah, that's great information, guys.
Love that.
You know, I would say that this business, it's not a job, this business, right? It requires massive amounts of structure in your life, massive amounts. And I think the people that are successful, man, are the ones that are structured, right? Man, I get up at the same time every day. I'm not in the 5 a.m. club like some people on here, you know, but I get up at the same time every day, right? I don't go into my office unshowered, my teeth not brushed, in my, you know, whatever I wear to bed, which is clothes, whatever it is, right? I get up, get showered, get dressed, brush my teeth, brush my hair, grab my coffee. I'm on the huddle, right? And I'm working, right? It's structured, right? I treat it like I'm treating myself like my own boss, right? Which was what I am. And I don't think that those things are very difficult. They're usually for people just small adjustments, right? Where they're taking this thing and they're creating massive amounts of structure in their life in order to be successful, right? So do what unsuccessful people, right, refuse to do, right? Whatever that is. And I mean, honestly, I'm to the point to where like, I feel like I got to get in my car, drive around the block, pull back in the garage like I actually drove to work, right? I mean, whatever you got to do, man. Like it just creates, you have to have so much structure. And I think that we need to remember, if you're full-time here, you got to book 15 plus appointments, right? That's a full-time agent, right? That way, like today, right? I had my 3 o'clock, they didn't show up, ghosted me this, and I'm like, whatever, I got 3 more appointments, I don't care. Like you just move on from it, right? No, I'm still going to try to rebook them, right? I just wrote an app today on a lead that was 71 days old. 71 days, right? It was an A lead, 71 days. And I'm just saying, you gotta have structure, follow up, 15 appointments, right? Sit with 10 to 12, write 6 to 7 apps if you're full-time here, right? Part-time, it's obviously a little bit less than that, but structure, man, I just think that we come into Symmetry sometimes, right? And we feel free from the stuff that we had to deal with before, right? In our full-time job, right? That required all of this energy and effort for someone else. And we don't bring that same type of structure to our home office or whatever. And then it doesn't work. And then we feel like a failure. It's really just small adjustments, right? It honestly is. Just make a couple of small adjustments and be completely plugged in to everything you can and create some structure in your life. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I love that. You know, something we practice, right? Like even here in the office, right? And one of the reasons why I love having an office, right, is I have to get up and go to work, right? Like I have to get dressed, ready to go. Like it's business professional, right? We're not casual here. We're coming in here to work. And even when I had it, you know, it was my spare bedroom in my home, right? It was, I'd get ready, go to work, right? And I'd close the door and I was at work. And you know, it's just a challenge to yourself, guys, right? Like, because none of us are babysitting y'all, right? This is running your own business. It's challenge yourself to your schedule, right? Like hold yourself accountable to get to work early, right? So if the huddle up calls starts at 7:30 in Pacific time, right? Are you ready to work at 7:15, right? In my prior career, it was 15 minutes early is on time. So I'm just used to that, right? And I think if that's a great tip, right? If you hold yourself accountable to that same structure, right? And you know, me and Maria were huddling up earlier, and that's something we love to see about Jeff, right? Is Jeff Miller's like a schedule keeper, right? Like he says it's dial time. He's like, hey, Joe, I got to go. It's dial time. Hang up on me. I'm like, oh, I was in the middle of talking about some cookies or something. His wife makes delicious cookies, I'm sorry, and brownies. But that's the structure that he maintains. I love that, right? Like he says, hey, it's time to go to work, and it's dial time, and he respects that schedule. So I love that. Something else I want to make sure we all have in front of us is starting September 1st, right? The new bonus structure and slingshot raise, guys. Y'all gotta take advantage of this. I hope everybody, what is it? 85 and below on contract, right? Do you understand that you are going to get paid 10% more on all of your business? Because if you don't, now you do, right? You are going to get paid 10% more on all of your business issued from September 1st to February. So take advantage of that. On top of that, right? If you're submitting what you need to submit in your 2 months in one, yeah, I love it. Thank you. Right? If you're submitting, right, if you get to your 75% raise, if you're submitting the 5,000, you get that 1 month gets you a 10% bonus. That means you're going to get paid on an 85% contract, and you're going to get bumped to an 80 in 1 month. The next level, same thing, and you get all the way up to 85 in contract. You're going to get paid 10% more, guys. That's amazing. Okay. That means not only are they topping it to get you a raise in 1 month instead of 2, but you're going to get 10% more cash, guys, deposited at the end of the month. Everything that you personally issue on your own PIN, you're going to get paid. If you don't understand that, please call me personally so I can explain how you're going to get paid 10% more cash on everything you issue, guys. That's monster right there, because you can get to an 85% contract by the end of the year. That's a 15% raise and 10% on top of what your contract level is paid cash to you in a bonus. No other company does this, guys. This is amazing. That's literally money for all of you extra, just because Symmetry says we want to be the best. We want to have the best bonus plan. Guys, y'all got to go out there and get this. We want to help y'all go get this. I challenge all of y'all, right? Y'all need to start, think about it. If you issue pay 10 grand starting September, right? That's a minimum of $2,000 bonus. That's insane. A $2,000 bonus on 10K issued. Like y'all, Andy, right? You wrote, I think it was 11 grand last month, right? Or 12 grand. That means you get an extra $2,000 on your business issued, guys. Y'all got to go get that. That's insane. Like, we will help you issue all that. That's awesome, guys. And you get a 5% raise. Like, go get it. Go get it. We will help every single one of y'all, right? Understand your bonus structure, right? And the challenge, because we'll keep this call short, right? The challenge for this week, because we'll talk next week, is September 1st, right? Next month. So the challenge for this week, guys, is show up to every conference call, cameras on, ready to learn. Like, we're challenging y'all, right? Invest the most you ever have in leads, dial the most you've ever dialed, talk to more people, right? A great challenge for everyone up to for next week, right? Everybody today, guys, get on Facebook. I challenge all the leaders right now, right? Brian, Jeff, all of us, we have our Facebook, James, Maria, post the post that we put, right, to help people recruit. And everyone on here that's friends with us, go out there and repost it on yours too, right? Like, let's see how many people we can help y'all get to conference, because it's going to change your life, guys. We want passive income to y'all.
Yeah. One more thing too, don't forget, if you haven't written a policy yet, tomorrow morning, the new agent training, 11 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you're on that, because that's the first step to making those phone calls and learning how to book those appointments and writing your first app.
Right? Cameras on, notepad out, and then apply what you learned immediately after that, guys. Call me. If y'all don't have our phone number, somebody post it on here, right? If you don't have my personal phone number, it's 210-683-3985. Right? Call me. How can I help you write production? How can I help you build a team? Right? Post what we post on Facebook to help you build a team, and then just call us personally to help you write. Like, I'm challenging everybody out there, right? My phone should be blowing up this week because there's 30-something people on this call. Like, I challenge everyone, call me and how can I help you? It's a little tip, but hey, in 6 months, we've generated $12,000 in passive income. I want to help y'all get that, right? Brian calls me every day for that. He's like, how do I get this? I love it. Y'all come get it, guys, right? Y'all have a great week. Please call us. How can we help you issue? Get on the conference calls tomorrow. The Newbauer Agency showing up, showing out, guys. Let's get this and let's be the biggest organization and conference. So y'all have a good one. Bye.
Good one, guys. Thank you. Leaders, I'll send you a recording. You can distribute as you wish.